Yeah, your Christian big sister. Right. I've had it. I'm gonna tell you some hard truth today. Sister, stop playing fixer-upper with these boys. You are not Joanna Gaines. You are not HGTV. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot fix anyone. And I am so tired of seeing girls wasting their time and are getting their heart broken because they're trying to fix a man. Yeah, I'm coming for you. And these men are out here. Red flag, personal foul. No! Listen, I love you a lot, and I love you enough to tell you the truth. You were called to so much higher. You were called to live a joyous, purposeful life that is not meant to be spent on fixing a man. Stop trying to pick up the broken pieces. That is not your job. That is God's job. Only God can heal and restore. You are not God. Darling girl, you are not called to lead a man. A man is called to lead you. If you are trying to assume the role as the spiritual leader in the relationship is going to fail. The Bible says in Ephesians 5:23, for the husband is the head of the wife as Christ is the head of the church. I know. You love him and you see the potential. But sister, I promise you, every time you decide to go this fixer-upper direction, it will only lead you to heartache. Sister, you deserve God's best. And God has that perfect someone waiting for you in his timing. So I guess the question is, are you willing to wait for God's best? Or are you going to try to pave your own way and play build-a-boyfriend? Psalm 27:14 says to wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait on the Lord. You deserve God's best. I love you.
19 lessons that I've learned walking as a newborn Christian in my 20s. If you're not consistent with God, you won't be consistent with anything else going on in your life. Repent is not a scary word. The gospel of the cross is the most important thing to share with other people. Everything else is secondary. Praying more than you worry will save you so much anxiety. Sometimes loving someone can look like walking away. Judgment, when done and given correctly, is loving. Fasting and or cutting out secular music does good for the spirit. There are so many ways to display your love and passion and purpose in Christ without being tone deaf or cringy. Modesty is a matter of the heart and more than the clothes that you wear. Believe it or not, modesty looks different for everyone. Yes, I said it. Modesty looks different for everyone. Always accept correction in your wrongdoing. There are still lessons to be learned from the wicked. When God says no the first time, you better listen. Get to know God and the Bible for yourself. Arguing with non-believers is very unnecessary and counterproductive. Marriage and being in a relationship is not the end-all be-all. Satan actually can't hear your thoughts. He just uses your words against you. And it is a privilege to be called a child of the Most High. Bye.
I'm gonna say something you don't want to hear. You're playing it small because you think it's safe. You're under the illusion that you can't have the things that you want, or be the person you want to be, or do the things that you want to do. But here's the thing. God put those desires in your heart for a reason. And by playing it safe, you're playing it small, and you're actually not walking in the purpose that God designed for you. Who said you can't have all those things? Who said you can't be that person? Who said you can't have that business? Nobody. Nobody except you. What if just for a minute we knew and believed all those things that are on our hearts were gonna happen? Not like, what if I could do this, but like, what if we knew what was coming next and just walked in those steps knowing that it was coming? I feel like that's kind of exciting. Stop playing it small.
If you ever don't feel confident looking in the mirror, this is for you. I'm not gonna say there's no such thing as beauty standards because we all know there are. But your beauty and how you feel about yourself comes back to you. When you look in the mirror, you can do two things. One is really ugly. You can look in the mirror like this. Just have this obsession and this confidence over yourself. You actually naturally do things to make yourself feel prettier. You're gonna stand taller, you're gonna put your shoulders back, you're gonna put your hair where you want it to be, you're gonna change into a cuter outfit and put on some jewelry. You feel gross. Oh my gosh, let me show you guys. First I would change the lighting. I'm gonna change the lighting. I'm gonna slouch my shoulders. I'm gonna be like down. Look how gross I like, oh, gross, you know? Doing things to make myself feel grosser. So what you can do, if you feel insecure looking in the mirror, start taking responsibility that it's because you aren't showing up with your best energy in the mirror. You start looking intentionally for the best in yourself, you're gonna start seeing it. You see all the little things. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I actually really like this nostril. Don't get me wrong, I have bad days too. When I have bad days, it's because I don't look for the best in myself. And I don't wanna look in the mirror when I'm not looking for the best in myself. If you feel scared of the mirror, you really feel scared of your thoughts that are finding all the worst in yourself in the mirror. Save this video right now or put your phone down and go into the mirror and find all the best in yourself. You are gonna feel so good after. Easy to blame the beauty standards, but really the problem is you. I love you so much and I hope this helps you to feel confident next time you are in the mirror. Bye.
My big sister tip of the day: when someone disrespects you and like 3 hours later you're in the shower and you think of the perfect comeback, well, I've got it ready for you. Rehearse it, remember it, use it. I'm going to use Kenny as my example here. He has just said something completely out of line, and this is what we're going to say. I'm sorry, Kenny, that I have given you the impression that I allow people to speak to me with such disrespect. And that's it.
Big sister advice from your big sister in Christ. So I saw a video of this girl talking about how there are so many things that she feels like she needs to do during a day, and if she doesn't get them all done, then she feels really stressed out. So she created a list called Pick 3, and she just picks 3 items off the list and then doesn't worry about anything else. I felt the same thing whenever it came to my faith. So if you're like me and you like to change up how you connect with God during the day, I present to you the daily bread. Read the Bible. People are going to be like, you know what? You should read the Bible every day. Yeah, you should. It doesn't always happen. There are days where you're going to be stressed out, and you know what? You're going to pick 3 of the other things. Come back even more motivated to go read through your book of the Bible tomorrow. Number 2, and my personal favorite, a devotional. Oh my gosh. I love Sadie Robertson devotionals. Definitely one of my go-tos. Worship music. Number 4, listening to new worship music. I get really stressed out whenever I am listening to new worship music going, oh my gosh, I don't know this song. This doesn't count as worship music. It does count as worship music because you're trying to find new music. Number 5, and one of my personal favorites, go outside, touch some grass. He said be in the world, not of it. Go be in the world, touch some grass. Okay, the next 3 all go together. Morning prayer, afternoon prayer, night prayer. Sometimes praying doesn't come naturally. Choose 1, 2, 3. Make it a habit. Bible study with friends or small group. Friends are important. Even Jesus had 12 of them. Come on. Number 10, go to church. Number 11, YouTube sermon. Again, I recommend Sadie Robertson. Number 12, memorize a Bible verse. Number 13, watch a Christian movie or TV show. This also can go along with fellowship. You can do it with a friend. Number 14, Christian podcast. Maybe the only free time you have today to do stuff is while you're driving. And a part of one, listen to the whole thing. Just get it going. Number 15, journal. Sometimes praying just doesn't hit as much as journaling does, especially when you think about journaling to God. Number 16, random acts of kindness. WWJD, am I right? Number 17, read a Christian book. Again, like the TV show or movie, it doesn't replace the Bible. And number 18, go make some art. It's therapeutic. God gave you a talent for a reason, or he didn't give you a talent, and give him something to laugh at.
These are 10 things that I will tell my 18 to 25-year-old self, being the 26-year-old that I am right now. The first one should be to relax. During this age and during this stage, we are full of so much stress. Our career has to be lined up. Our education has to be lined up. We want to be dating that person. We want to be in this type of situation. And people don't realize how much time you have. You are so stressed out because you see someone on social media, they became a billionaire at 20. They did this at the age of 18. They did this at the age of 23. And you really forget that you are running your own race. Life becomes better than you imagined. A lot of things that you are panicking about, they will not even happen. So learn to relax, learn to slow down. Things will work out. Things take time. I don't know who told people that you should have your whole life planned out and things should already have made sense by the time you are 25 and under. But it's funny because people who are older than that age will tell you that life does get better. So start listening to us, because there are people who are even in their 30s and they're still trying to figure life out. So relax. Life will work out. You will get that job. You will get that family. You will get that relationship. You just have to work towards it. So take it easy. The second thing I will tell myself is to cut off people who talk to me in a bad way and make disrespectful jokes. And the most important thing, I will stop laughing at the bad jokes that people make about me. When I was in this age and this stage, people used to be mean to me for various reasons, and I'll mention like my disability. People used to make jokes about it, people used to find it funny or insult me about it, and I was not proactive in terms of defending myself or saying something, and I would actually laugh at some jokes that people said because I don't want to be confrontational or I don't want to seem like something has hurt me. Cut people off who give you backhanded compliments, who insult you, who talk badly to you. There are so many people who you haven't even met who will love you so much, and you don't have to tolerate this type of bad treatment from people. So be very proactive in cutting people off who are being mean to you and gravitate towards people who want to be nice to you. The third thing that I will tell myself is to ease up on the drinking and the parties and do not smoke anything. At this age and stage, you're getting into adulthood, you're getting into some type of independence, and you are making friends based off the fact that you guys always go to turn-ups together, you guys always drink together. Becoming an alcoholic is such a quick process. I will make a video on the process of addiction, but people get sucked in very quickly. And when you make friendship just based on the fact that you guys drink together, this is literally the worst type of friendship that you can actually have. Make friends with people who you share good values with. Ease up on the drinking, ease up on the parties, and do not smoke anything, please. The fourth thing I would tell myself is that in terms of your career, you're not supposed to really know exactly what you're supposed to do in your entire life. This is the time where you're stressed out because you didn't get that job, you didn't get that internship, you did not get that attachment. For you to know what you are going to do in life, you have to try things. You have to practice. You have to try this, let it fail, try another thing, let it fail. You have to be very proactive, but you do not have to have your whole life planned out for you. You don't have to know what you're going to do at 50 when you are 23. You need to relax, you need to calm down, and you need to try things. This is the age of knowing what you like, what you don't like, what you can do, and what you can't do. Be proactive, but don't feel like everything should be set at this age. The fifth thing that I will tell myself is I should stop making fantasies of people and going off that. So what this means is when we usually meet people and we like them, we are building stories in our mind of how good they are, how caring they are. And this person has not shown you any of that. This is also in terms of romantic relationships or in terms of friendships. You really have to see people for who they are and who they present themselves as. Stop focusing on fantasies and focus on reality. Stop focusing on potential and start focusing at the facts and how someone presents themselves. Stop making excuses for people when they do something bad to you and you're like, oh, but that's how they are, that's how they've been raised, but they're a good person. Stop building fantasies in your head. How someone presents themselves is how and who they are. Learn to work with reality and not fantasy. The sixth thing I would tell myself is to start saying no. During this age, I was a serious people pleaser. Whatever people want, I'm just like, yes to it. Even if I don't want to do something, I'm like, yes. Start learning to say no. This will save you so much. If you've not been the type of person to go to parties, to do drugs, this time there's so much peer pressure in terms of doing them. Start learning to say no. If you don't want to do something, say no. Don't try and convince yourself to do something. Learn how to say no. No is a full sentence. You do not have to explain yourself when it comes to anything. Start saying no. The seventh thing that I will tell myself is cut off exhausting friendships. What I mean by this is if that friend, you don't talk to them and they don't talk to you, if you don't reach out, they don't reach out to you, if you are not their friends, they are not your friends, like those exhausting friendships, even when you are done, like you guys hang out, when you are back home, your soul is even tired. You're not excited to be their friend. Everything about them is just tiresome. You get a text from them, you know it's just something bad or something that you do not want to do. Learn to cut off exhausting friendships and hang out with people who are excited to see you. People who love you just because it's you. People who love you just because you exist. These are the best types of friends to have at this time. Stop clinging on to people who don't want to be with you. Number 8 is forgive. Forgive yourself. When I was in this stage, I used to be so hard on myself when it came to any type of mistake, education-wise, career-wise, when it came to friendship or romantic relationships. I was so hard on myself. This is your fault, Ivy. You have done something bad. You did not do this right. And you really have to learn that you are an adult for the first time. This is your first time on earth. There is no manual on what you have to do in order to be like 100% successful. Learn how to give yourself grace. When you fall, dust yourself and get back up. There's so much life for you out there, but you really have to be gentle to yourself. You are the most permanent person in your life. Learn how to be kind to yourself and forgive yourself when you do make a mistake. Learn from it and do better next time. The ninth thing I would tell myself is to really get closer to God and really obey and respect God. Not just because you are afraid of going to hell, but because you know that God's way is the right way. Whenever I was trying to do my own thing, and these are things which completely deviated from what God wanted, I always ended up in a bad situation. Always. There's no time that I have not listened to God and I ended up in the right situation. I know sometimes you usually find that maybe something in the Bible that's written is very outdated with how our generation is, but you will suffer a long time, like how I did. And when you start incorporating God into your actions and your plans, things magnificently start getting better. God knows what's right. Start reading your Bible, start attending sermons, start listening to preachings, start praying, start being in the presence of God, and God will reveal himself to you. Take your time and know God. Trust me, it's better. And number 10, love yourself. This may seem like the most basic cliche type of thing, but a lot of bad things that happened to me were due to serious low self-esteem, and I did not love myself at that time. I did not love who I was. I did not love how I looked. I did not love how I talked. I did not love just so many things. You nitpick so many things that you don't see anything positive about yourself. There are so many good things that come with you. There's someone who just by you existing, they appreciate life more. They are happier more. They are more at peace just because you exist. Learn to love who you are. Love your body. Love the fact that it is the vessel that is going to carry your soul through this life. Love your personality. Love your quirks. Love your laughter. Love the fact that you are trying your best because you are doing your best. Start having more grace and more love for yourself. Life is already tough. Life is already hectic. How hectic more can it get if you do not love yourself? Love yourself. Be patient with who you are and view life from a lens of happiness, and you will start to get better. I know this stage is full of so much hectic situations, but let me tell you, life gets better. I believe in you, and it's time you start believing in yourself.
Never chase a man. God designed men to chase us. You are the missing rib. You are the missing piece. My girl, you better give him something to chase and run your God-given Jesus race. All right? Give him something to chase after. Okay? I love you.
Sister, it's your big sister. Let's talk about this. First and foremost, this is far from the truth. I'll leave you with these few things to think about. 1, if your son or your daughter is to start dating somebody that is exactly like you, would you be okay with that? If the answer is no, then I think that your primary focus should be on becoming the person that God has called you to be versus starting to look for that significant other, etc. 2, are your patterns, environments that you're putting yourself in, the way you carry yourself and present yourself, is that something that a man of God or a woman of God would pray for? Because you can't be surprised that you're not finding men of God at a globe. 3, have faith in your God and his timing. The Bible says it's so clear, sister. God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and his plans are greater than our plans could ever be. Trust me when I say that nothing is greater than what God has for you. Worrying about this kind of stuff is
pretty much above our human pay grade. And there's going to be things that we will never understand and things that only God will ever understand. So the best thing for you to do is just to walk your walk with Jesus, have faith in him and trust in him, and let God be God. I love you.
The person who often makes other people's lives easier rarely has somebody who makes their life easier. And it's a two-edged sword. A lot of people who are helpful struggle to ask for help. They are always the helper. They don't know how to play the other role. They don't know how to receive. All they know how to do is give. But on the flip side, people know them as the helper. So people rarely ask them if they need help. People rarely offer help because in their mind, they're the strong one. They're the independent one. They're probably fine. They can get it done. So to all my helpers out there, you need to let go of this "I'll figure it out" attitude that you have. The hyper independence will wear you down. And to all my people who know a helper or who know a helpful person, a person who just gets it done, a person who's reliable, you need to ask yourself this: who is that person for them? Chances are they don't have that person, so be that person once in a while. Please also be persistent, because one thing about people who are helpful, they don't want to receive, they don't want to accept help. So don't just do what a lot of people do in their life and give up. If they say, "Oh no, it's okay, I can sort it," they just give up. People just give up on them all the time. Please be persistent and offer help more than once. And when you do this, you'll be surprised to discover that they actually could do with the help, or they actually wanted the help, but they just had trouble accepting it.
What I think a lot of people don't realize is how many people there are out there that want to support you and see you do well. All you have to do is be consistent and keep showing up for them. This is obviously the hardest part because sometimes our brains just get in the way of everything. But if you have a big dream, figure out one small thing that you can start doing today and keep doing it for a long time. With big dreams, I realized that step by step things just start unfolding. You don't make every step just happen. You choose one thing to do and all of a sudden doors will start opening. But if you never start and you're never consistent, you will literally have nothing to offer anyone for them to support you. So let the people that want to support you. And remember to always stay original. Never steal someone's style, ideas, creativity, anything. Because what works for them, and you will never do it as good as they do.
I'm feeling controversial today, so let's just go for my most controversial opinions ever. Stop blaming bad Christians for the reason why you don't follow God. You don't follow God because you don't want to follow God, and that's just that. Stop sexualizing yourself on the internet and then blaming us when we do sexualize you as well, because you open that door for us. I will look at your ass if your ass is out. That's just human nature. Stop making daddy issues your entire personality. It's not cute. It's actually really irritating, and just go to therapy, bro. Just go to therapy. Being in a relationship doesn't mean that all your problems go away. Stop burdening people's kids with your insecurities. Just seek help, go to therapy, and be a better partner for your partner, please. I think people that bully people on their looks are the most pathetic human beings ever, because why the fuck are you mad that I'm ugly? What? I don't understand that part. Men aren't bad people. Your taste in man is bad. That's just that.